Well, hey everybody, it's me again, Horatio with Sozo Consulting, and today's topic is blood pressure. So, everyone has blood pressure. I have blood pressure. You have blood pressure. The cats have blood pressure. The rabbits have blood pressure. All of us have blood pressure. So, what is blood pressure? Basically, it's the pressure that the blood is pushed through the body, and it goes from the foot to the head and back to the feet again. So, what is good blood pressure? The standard says it's 120 over 80. So 120 being systolic, or the top number, and the bottom number being diastolic. What is high blood pressure? Well, high blood pressure is 140, above 140 systolic and 90 diastolic. So if you go to the doctor's office or to the dentist or anywhere else, then you may have a nervous reaction. This is a reaction that I have. Sometimes I get a little anxious because I don't know what to expect when I go in. And so there are times where I've been told that my blood pressure was 150 over 110. They would ask me how I felt. But in the past, I've heard people say that heart attacks or high blood pressure is a silent killer. So in my mind, I'm thinking, if it's a silent killer, why are you asking me how I feel when it's 150 over 110? But what I realize is that sometimes my blood pressure is being checked incorrectly. How do I know this? It's because I ran a program called 140 over 90 in one of my previous jobs. And I learned how to check blood pressure correctly. Not knocking doctors or nurses or any clinicians, but first and foremost, you want to have your feet firmly on the floor. You want to be sitting still, with your arms down, your hands resting on something, not dangling. You don't want to be slumped in your seat or anything. You want to be sitting erect. Also, whenever you go to the doctor's office and they check your height and weight, they immediately send you to the room and they come in and check your blood pressure. Does this ever happen to you? It has to me. And most often they check my blood pressure with the wrong sleeve. You have small, medium, large, and for some people, extra large. Well, I know for a fact that they've checked my blood pressure incorrectly on quite a few occasions. But I stopped debating and arguing with them because they started giving me the side eye whenever I showed up. It was only once a year for my yearly physical. But when my blood pressure would come back high, I was not alarmed, because when I'm not at the doctor's office, blood pressure is regular or normal. So I knew something wasn't right, but it wasn't my place to try to call them out about it. I just knew that they were checking my blood pressure incorrectly. So when you guys came in, I was finishing checking my blood pressure with this sleeve that goes on the wrist. And you have it like this. So some people check their blood pressure, this hand down, this palm up, and they get one type of reading. Others have this arm up because the heart is on the left side, and they get a different reading. So I'm not going to debate about arm down or arm up, but this is how the sleeve has to be worn. I have another sleeve that's worn the same way. And finally, I have a third sleeve, which I can't find for whatever reason, that is used at the doctor's office and in emergency rooms and other places. So when you're going into the doctor's office or whatever the case may be, and you find that your blood pressure is always high, but when you're not there or away from those type places, it's normal, then you could have the situation that I'm in, white coat syndrome. People scoff at that. They kind of roll their eyes at that. They look at you funny. but it can be a psychological issue that keeps you nervous or makes you nervous and causes you just to be anxious whenever a white coat comes around. So it's not much else I can add other than just learn how to breathe when you go in these situations and request that they give you time to catch your breath or just sit still for at least a minute or two before they check your blood pressure. And know that what sleeve that you need to have. If you know you need a small, then request a small. If you know you need a large, request a large, and so on. Okay? So hopefully you guys are going to be able to use this information to make your next trip to the doctor's office a more positive, relaxing trip. So as always, this is Horatio with Sozo Consulting. You guys be blessed and be empowered. Catch you later.